Hello everybody, a very greetings of the day, a very warm welcome to all of you all. And today we are going to discuss about how to crack MET, Manipal entrance test. So my Manipal All India rank was 8 and I had scored around 484 out of 800. So today we are going to discuss what are the types of questions that can appear and what are the strategy to crack Manipal. So it is a total 2 hours of entrance exam, and total there are around 200 questions. But trust me, these questions are on point straight. So you will get to know, matlab it doesn't consume much of your time on one particular question. So 200 questions, 2 hours, and each question carries 4 marks each. So it is total 800 marks. Okay. And you also get a particular mock test a day before the examination. So sometimes those questions can appear from mock test as well in the main exam. So you have to give this mock test that comes on your mail ID one day before exam. So that is important. And one major thing that you cannot forget in Manipal, like in other entrances, CUET, GPAT, ICT, you can go back to the previous question. You can refer the previous question. But in this examination, you cannot go back to the previous question. So once suppose you have attempted question number 1 and then you clicked save and next and went on to, and when you are on the question number 2 you realize no, the first question had a different answer. So you cannot jump back to the first question. What's done is done. So that is why while you're marking, be very vigilant when you're marking, because you won't get to correct or change that particular option. So what are the subjects that are most frequently asked in from which questions are most frequently asked? One is pharmaceutics, physical pharmacy, industrial pharmacy, novel drug delivery system, everything. Pharmaceutical marketing, where you have mostly Boston Consultancy Group, segmentation, targeting, positioning, product life cycle, and promotion. These are the four main topics from which question has to appear, and this year also there were so many questions. Pharmaceutical chemistry, wherein you have inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and medicinal chemistry. So these are the three types of chemistry from which questions appear. Pharmacology, in pharmacology you have pharmacology make complete, general, CNS pharmacology, ANS pharmacology, CVS, endocrine, everything. Biotech, in biotech you mostly have vaccines, immunology, diagnostic test, ELISA, PCR, and all the recombinant DNA technology, all those questions, all those topics where you have questions. Pharmaceutical practice management and jurisprudence. So from pharmacy practice, you have questions on pharmacy and therapeutic committee, therapeutic drug monitoring, hospital formulary. From jurisprudence, you have the acts pay question. You have schedules. There has to be one question on schedules. You have questions on form numbers. Then these are the three main domains from which jurisprudence may questions are asked. Biochemistry and pathophysiology. So sometimes they asked about a biomarker or which neurotransmitter is elevated in which disease. Like in Parkinson, we have dopamine ka decrease level. Schizophrenia, we have dopamine ka increase level. Biochemistry, they usually ask about classification of lipids, proteins, amino acids, carbohydrates, about the various cycles, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, urea cycle, and all. Pharmaceutical analysis. So in analysis, you basically they ask questions upon titrations. They ask questions on spectroscopy. They ask question on chromatography. They ask question on electrophoresis. These are the four main domains from which questions are asked. Pharmacognosy. In pharmacognosy, you have questions asked from all your secondary metabolites, primary metabolites, the biological source, chemical constituent, uses, etc. And you also have questions on shikimic acid pathway, acetate mevalonate pathway. Along with that, you have questions asked upon the various topics of evaluation, microscopic, quantitative, qualitative, all those stomatal number, lycopodium score, and all. So if you're preparing for GPAT, indirectly you'll prepare for Manipal as well. So there's nothing to be more uh, fearful about the exam. It's easy, it's gonna go good. Microbiology, it's mostly questions appear from staining, gram staining, acid fast staining, on structure of fungi, bacteria, viruses. Sometimes questions appear. Culture media pe there are questions, and microbiological assays pe there are questions like which microorganism is used in assay of which antibiotics. So you need to know that as well. There is a list behind the Indian Pharmacopoeia, so you can refer that list, because there has to be one question in some or the other competitive exam upon these topics. So please be prepared. So as I'll just quickly again give you all a list. So there are total 200 questions, 800 marks, and The safe score, this is a safe score. So a safe score of 400 plus can get you admission in Manipal in SUTIX category as well. So that is why minimum 400 marks, that is you need at least 100 right questions so that you can score well out of 200. I had got around 130 questions right, 125, 130. So there are 200 objective based questions, as I already mentioned. So how many questions come from which domain? From analysis 25, from chemistry 25, ecology 25, pharmacy practice and allied subjects 25, pharmacognosy 25, pharmaceutics 25, marketing and all 25, jurisprudence there are 25. So sometimes there is a permutation and combination, like pharmaceutical, marketing and biochemistry, pathophysiology, they combine and together they put 25 questions. So but few subjects are fixed, like from analysis there has to be these questions, chemistry there has to be, ecology there has to be, cognosy there has to be, SUTIX there has to be. So these 25, 50 and 100 and 125, these 125 questions are fixed out of 200. Next remaining 75 questions, it depends upon their priorities, like jurisprudence said they ask 10 questions, marketing said they'll ask 10 questions, like that way. So in this way your 200 questions will be completed. Next up, what is the process? First, there comes the registration for Manipal entrances. There comes the entrance exam. So you have to book slots again. There are different timings. So you have to book a particular slot on particular day. There are 2 days. And then finally counseling, whereby your ranks, after your scorecard and ranks are released, your counseling session begins. So that's all for today's video regarding Manipal. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you all need any more information about the registration form or anything else, feel free to contact me or drop your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much, everybody.